So I took this shot, right? There's a story behind this shot. So this is outside Area 51. So that's there's a mailbox that just sits outside Area 51. Nobody knows when it's there. They all say it's the mailbox for Area 51. But anyway, so we're out there taking a picture. So, earlier in the day, me and Cheeky Nando are out there. This was a long time ago, like probably 7 years ago or so. Went out to Photoshop World early, went out to Area 51, and Nando's one of our, community leaders and moderators, and we're out there. And first thing is, this was Nando's horror story of the trip. So you can see behind me, there's like a stop sign with a line on the road with the little things. Well, if you cross that line, we're in serious trouble.
Oh, yeah?
Right? That's the point at which, this is the actual entrance to Area 51. The gated entrance is where everybody goes, but this is where they actually bust people into. It's not even guarded. All you have is this government vehicle up on the hill just monitoring you, and a bunch of surveillance equipment and razor wire throughout the desert. You can see it. So we could drive right in, but the minute you drive right in, we're going to jail, right? Right. So I'm kind of pushing the limits, and then I'm taking pictures of the security vehicle, and this is the point at which Nando starts freaking out. And this is a Portuguese national outside Area 51, and he starts going to me like, Eric, we got to go. I cannot be here. I cannot go to an American jail.
Yes, you can.
So I was like, no, we're good. As long as we don't drive across that line, we're good. But anyways, so we're getting this shot, right? And then afterwards we were hanging out, and I always have to do this because, Jason was there. And this is usually how I see Jason when we're out on our shoots. So we're waiting for the Milky Way to go down, and Jason's over there with Juan taking selfies. And that's usually, I have to turn around to see Jason taking selfies on all our shoots. But anyways, so we're out there, right? And we're in the desert, and it's dark, right? And we're sitting out there, and we're taking these shots. And all of a sudden, we start hearing these noises. And I mean, it was this like ungodly, like thumping noise that was coming up. And Nando and I are looking at each other like, something's wrong. Like, this is not right. And then it starts getting closer. It starts getting closer. And thump, thump, thump. And it's like this weird thumping noise. Thump, thump, thump. And we're turning to each other like, do you think we ought to get out of here?
I'd have been gone before you could have said, think we ought to have been out of here.
And then it keeps on getting, so I'm taking a flashlight out there. I'm taking the flashlight, and I'm going out
That's
there.
like the guy that goes into the haunted house. You think we should go in the haunted house?
I'm like, no, we got to get this shot. We'll be okay. So then we're like flashing. And I mean, this noise, because when you're out shooting the Milky Way, it is a lot of times in places like that, it is silent.
Quiet.
It is quiet. Like, you don't experience quiet like that ever. We always have air conditioners or planes or something going on, and it is quiet. So then all of a sudden this thump happens, and I got my flashlight on it, and this little mouse comes busting out of the desert and walking by.
Sheesh.
So I'm back at Photoshop World, and I said to Moose Peterson, I said, Moose, we're out in the desert and we're having this noise. And he's like, before I even told him, he went, oh, it's a blah, blah, blah thumping mouse or whatever. Like, he knew exactly what it was. And I was like, yeah, that's what it does. I'm like, well, it scared the crap out of us.
It scared the living crap out of us.
So anyways, that was one of those things where a lot of times when you're out shooting and it is like that, all these noises get amplified, but it just starts messing with it's just playing with your head. And it really, at the end of the day, like you were saying, Kelly, the sharks are not that, they're more afraid of us than we are of them. And the same thing like in Florida here, like everybody gets freaked out over alligators. Like, as long as you're not messing with them, they're not going to mess with you. It's just how it is. But that's where you can get down to, But anyways, that was just a horror story that I always remember, that we were just out in the middle of the desert, by ourselves, and it's a little field mouse, a little thumping mouse that caused our problem.
Wow.